He late. That was the first thing I see in the chat. Bear with me, guys. My camera's a little messed up right now, which is why it's got this weird angle. We're going to navigate that as we go. I'm pulling up the chat on my phone right now. And we're going to get straight into this, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get straight into this. Someone's like, Grant finishing up a 2-hour meditation. Best boy, you tripping. All right. How are you guys doing? Oh, whoa. That is me right there. Keon, Jenny, Lucas, Best, Miranda, Chance, Jane, Anthony L. What's up? Levi. Everyone's in the chat. Is this angle still chill, guys? Is this angle? I want to fix my camera, so I want to see if we can just do this without having technical difficulties. Just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. This is probably, normally the setup would be a little better than this. An expensive camera's acting up, classic. All right, we're still here, ladies and gentlemen. Top floor, what's up? I see you. You know, we spend all this money on this gear and the techs are acting up. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to get straight into it. I have a special announcement, and it's not like it's up in the top of my screen or anything. I'm going to be hosting a free 2-night event this Wednesday and Thursday. So there's going to be no stream on Friday, and it's going to be a 2-night event where you guys can come with me. And this is going to be for those of you who are tired of the information and are ready for transformation, right? So we're going to start, we'll be doing meditations, we'll be doing reprogramming, right? We'll rewire the brain. It's all going to be free too. And I just want to do this with you guys. Now, I'm going to drop a link in the chat. There's going to be no workbook for tonight because the link is going to be for signing up for this. And you're going to have to sign up through the link in the chat. So I'm just going to throw that in there right now. Sound good? So it is pinned right now. There's 41 of you here. If you want a ticket to the free reprogramming event that I'm hosting this Wednesday and Thursday evening, right? It's a back-to-back event. It's 2 nights. I'm going to help you guys tap into an identity that you want and bring it to life. It's going to be simple. It's going to be easy. And by the end of it, you're going to be able to smash whatever limiting beliefs, get rid of whatever old identity. I don't need to sell you guys the dream. You guys are already tapped into that information. You've been here for the lives. I want you to drop a 1 in the chat if you're going to come to that. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're going to show up and hang out with me at that event. Because we're dealing with some tech issues, we're just going to do our best with what we got set up right now. Drop a 1 in the chat if you come to that event. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, yeah. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be free. But by signing up with that, you'll get a ticket. It'll give you a little breakdown of what's going on. Best is hitting with the Uno reverse. All right. Yeah, it's going to be a great event, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited. I'm putting a lot of time and effort into it. We're going to have some slideshow portions, right, where I actually give you guys practices and exercises and tools, and we'll have some whiteboard portions, right? So we'll be bouncing around. It'll be more of a live event, a little more put together than my chaos of the live streams. How does that sound? Sound good? Now I'm pulling up the worksheet for a live stream right now, so bear with me. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about 2 books tonight, but just 2 important concepts, right? 2 super important concepts. Now, we're going to be talking about the 7 spiritual laws of success, and then The Mountain Is You by Brianna West. And essentially, the whole theme of tonight's live stream is going to be how we can overcome self-sabotaging behavior, and leverage these 7 laws to create a transformation we want to experience. Simple, easy. If you guys are ready for the live stream, we've got 46 of you. I want to see a 7 in the chat for the 7 laws of spiritual success, and we'll get straight into it. Let me see some 7s. Miranda's ready, Tom's ready, Calm's ready, Caleb's ready, Bess, Chan's, Mario, Mike. Let's go. Anthony, Clouds, what's up, team? Sharon, Deep, Jordan, nice to see you guys. All right, so we're going to start from the top, right? We need a framework for overcoming inner resistance, because inner resistance is self-sabotage. So we need a framework that overcomes inner resistance. Now, I want you guys to all drop something in the chat if you have a self-imposed ceiling, right? If you have a version of yourself or an old identity that you want to break through, I want you to drop a message in the chat and tell me what it is. Tell me what you want to overcome. Tell me the identity we want to let go of. While I do that, I forgot to post the link on Instagram, so drop it in the chat. I'm going to see it coming in. Boom, boom. See, this is preparation in advance, quick and easy and live, and we're back. We got scarcity mindset. Anthony says, I have a few. Chan says, I need to believe more. Scarcity, negative thinking, social anxiety, right? All right. Moral of the story is that we all experience all of these limiting beliefs to some degree or not. Would you agree? Right? To some degree, we all experience this type of limiting belief. Now, in Brianna West's book, she talks about the mountain and how the mountain is us, right? The mountain isn't an external hurdle, but it's a reflection of how we protect ourselves from perceived threats, right? So resistance and sabotage is how we protect ourselves. So it's going to be how we protect ourselves from perceived threats. And it's going to be how we protect ourselves from discomfort, right? We know that homeostasis is something our body and biology aims to maintain. And because it aims to maintain that, it is going to release certain thoughts and chemicals and emotions to make sure we maintain that state. How many of you guys experience procrastination, right? How many of you guys experience lack of inaction? I want you to drop a 1 in the chat if that's one of the main things holding you guys back. If that's one of the main things preventing you from embarking on this journey of change. I want you to drop a 1 in the chat. One times 100. Yeah. So I'm just trying to show you guys that we all experience the same thing, right? Our egos are going to do everything in our power to feel special, right? But if these are all the same problems, and there's some people struggling to change and some people that are changing effortlessly, okay, what does the person that's changing effortlessly know that we don't? Now, it's crazy, right? Because the habits that were designed to protect us are actually the things that are going to keep us from realizing our potential. right? This is what the mountain is. These self-imposed ceilings, these self-imposed limiting beliefs. Now, this parlays into the 7 laws of spiritual success by Deepak Chopra, because he wants to introduce us to the fact that we come from pure potentiality, right? We have an infinite capacity for change, for growth, for transformation. Yet, we are often in a state of unawareness or unconsciousness, right? Our subconscious is programmed to focus on the negative, so we're not looking at the fact that we're tapped into this infinite potentiality. We're tapped into this potential success, right? So what we actually need to do is increase our awareness. And it's our awareness that is going to be the thing that allows us to see solutions on this path. The community is live in the chat right now. Everyone's showing love to each other. I'm glad you guys are starting to see some familiar faces. That's exciting. So we're going to get straight into it. Now, we all know we have a mountain that we need to climb. And these 7 spiritual laws that we're going to talk about over this live stream is going to be a direct step-by-step process to introduce to yourself tools that you can use in everyday life to transform. I want you to drop a 7 in the chat if you're ready to get into the 7. If you're ready to get into the 7 laws of spiritual success, drop a 7 in the chat right now. Yup, everyone's ready. Just making sure, yeah, we're all dialed on that end. So the first law is going to be the law of pure potentiality. It's going to be the law of pure potentiality. Do any of you know who else talks about something like this? I want you to drop a special name in the chat if you know of a special doctor that talks about our connection to the infinite potential. Let's see what you guys come up with. See what you guys come up with. Of course. That was an alley-oop. That was an alley-oop straight to you guys. So we're going to get straight into this. Deepak Chopra introduces us to the fact that our natural state is pure consciousness. All right? Our natural state, which means beyond all limitations of the ego, beyond all doubts, beyond all fears, regardless of what you subscribe to, this is a truth. We are connected to pure consciousness. And this is what Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about, right? This is what he says, that on the subatomic particle level, we are the 99.9% energy. And because we're the 99.9% energy, we can use the observer effect to call on a specific manifestation that we want to occur in the material world. No, actually, none of you guys are wrong. All the names you're putting in there is just even more proof that all the teachers teach the same thing, right? All of the ascended masters have come to a version of the same wisdom, right? But today we're focusing on Deepak Chopra, and yes, the answer I was going for was Dr. Dispenza, right? So the issue and why we can't remain in a state of pure consciousness and how our self-sabotage gets in the way of that. And according to Brianna West's perspective, self-sabotage often emerges when we forget our innate capabilities. We look outward for approval or certainty, reinforcing anxiety and self-doubt. How many of you guys have looked outside for approval? I have, right? I've got the stimulus of how big of deals I close, the stimulus of how well my social media does, the stimulus of what type of response I get in public. You know, these are all ways that I could hypothetically derive value for myself. But the secret is is that I will always be chasing a fleeting source of validation because you will never find what you're looking for there. That yearning you have inside is actually to be reconnected to source. It's to be reconnected to your spiritual experience. Because this is only 0.001%, right? The material world, the external world in which we chase validation is 0.0001% of the spectrum, which means 99.9% of this, the pure potential, is the 99.9% experience. So one of the reasons we suffer is because we are disconnected from the spiritual experience. This is what all the teachers talk about. So my goal with all of my content is to reconnect you guys to source. And that's why I talk about effortless action, because it's actually an act of letting go of the self-sabotage and the illusions of the ego that prevent us from coming to this realization. Yeah, Elle says we're tied to the 3D. And we're tied to the 3D because we think it's the only thing we can see, touch, and feel. And it's the only thing that we can derive value from, right? But that's not the case. And the law of pure potentiality points us back to the fact that our true identity is pure consciousness. And to maintain in a state of understanding of this allows us to overcome the illusion. And we see that self-defeating behaviors are responses to imagined constraints. I want to highlight that word, imagined constraints. The mind creates an illusion. The constraints that you think, see, and feel, you are the one assigning a certain weight to them, right? And because you're assigning a certain weight to them, you are then deriving an identity out of that, saying, I can't break through that ceiling. So you're telling me you created the ceiling and you said how hard it would be to break through? That's the whole point of this 2-night event that we're going to be doing, is going to be helping you shatter that limiting belief. My goal is to get you in a state of pure potentiality, a state of pure presence, where we can foster this realization at all times. Now, I want you guys to drop a 1 in the chat if this is making sense. If this is making sense, drop a 1 in the chat for the first law of pure potentiality. I want to see some 1s in the chat. Let's go. And for those of you that are just tuning in, if you want to come to a free 2-night subconscious reprogramming event, you can reserve your free ticket with the link that's pinned. And if you're just going to be watching the replay of this, it'll be in the description. No strings attached. It's free. Mario says, breaking the ceiling we created. Exactly. Right? Unbeatable, is it on YouTube? Yes, the event is going to be on YouTube. But you can sign up to be notified because it's going to be 2 nights. It's going to be Wednesday and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. PST, and it's going to be back-to-back. It's going to be a full-on structured event. All right. We're moving on to Law 2, ladies and gentlemen. Is going to be the law of giving and receiving. I want you to drop a 2 in the chat if you're coming to that event. If you already signed up, if you already got your ticket, drop a 2 in the chat. I want to see how many of you guys are pulling through. Miranda, I have not decided if there will be a recording. You know what? Yeah, of course. There will be a recording. I want to make sure everyone gets access to the information they need. That's the whole point of doing this. That's a lot of 2s. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Yeah, we're going to do recordings, Alex. Don't worry. Got to show love to everyone in every time zone. Let's go. Tom says, I'll have to miss my wife's birthday Thursday. That's a great one. That's a great one. That made my night. All right. So this is going to be a very important concept to understand. Now, I want you to drop a 1 in the chat if you guys are waiting for a manifestation to come through. If you're trying to manifest something and you have something that you want to manifest, right? If you're in a state of receiving, drop a 1 in the chat right now. I want to see how many of you are ready to receive that manifestation. Oh yeah. Everyone's got something they want to manifest, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that come through. All right. Now, are you ready to have your guys' mind blown? Are you ready? I'm going to introduce you to the one key that you've been missing. The one key you've been missing, ladies and gentlemen. And it all starts with this right here. I want you to think of energy as moving like this, right? It's cyclical in nature. Now, this is the issue. If your manifestation has not come through, it's because you're trying to take. You've severed this flow of energy, right? You're saying, I'm ready to receive. Well, you're missing half the pie. How many of you have heard the saying, you have to, or you get what you give, right? You get what you give. This is why, this is like a very simple interpretation of why you have to be, do, have. Right? I like that, Mario. He says, the more you serve, the more you deserve. Exactly. It's reciprocity. The law of the universe has the law of reciprocity, right? It's the secret. But think about the chain that they talk about in the Bible, right? You have to be, do, have. What is being? Your state of being and your frequency is actually an offering. It is an offering to the universe. Because your frequency is your energetic input. It is what you are energetically giving to everyone you come across, to how you show up in work, to how you show up in the gym. It is your offering. So if you're in a lower frequency and that is what you're offering, but you have a high level want, right? If you want to receive this high level thing that's holding this frequency right here, but what you're given is this frequency right here. This is what Joe Dispenza talks about when he talks about the brain and heart coherence, right? But this is just another way to look at it. This is just another way to look at it. Now, I want you to drop a 2 in the chat if this is making sense. Drop a 2 in the chat if the law in giving and receiving is making sense right now, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. And remember, we do the whole half thing here. So if you're a little confused, you can do the whole 1.5, right? If you're still trying to figure it out, 1.5. We got some Brazilians in the chat. Let's go. All right. No soldier left behind. We got a 1.5 in the chat. Top 4. This is what I mean. Isn't it selfish to want to manifest something but not offer something in return, right? If we know that the external world reflects an internal state, right? Our internal state. Some of us aren't going to manifest things because we know we don't deserve it. That's why Mario had a great saying, the more you serve, the more you deserve. I look at it like this. If you guys want to know how I hack the energetic spectrum, I buy flowers for people. I hold the door open for people. I give compliments to people, to strangers. I will have conversations with complete strangers because I'm offering my most valuable currency. I'm offering my most valuable currency, my time, energy, and attention. The universe doesn't know the difference. The universe doesn't know that you want to manifest financial freedom or a Lamborghini. And all it knows is a frequency of abundance. And that frequency of abundance goes back to the law of pure potentiality, because the law of pure potentiality is the law of pure consciousness. And pure consciousness is infinitely abundant. If I were to give you one piece of advice right now, start doing the small things. Because the universe doesn't know the difference between big and small manifestations. What's something easy? An act of service. That is abundant. And once you start to see the abundance that's in the universe, you're going to attract more of it because it's what you become aware of. Yes, Lucas, 100%. You have to really mean it. It has to be a pure act of service. You guys, this is my pure act of service to you all. And you want to know what I get in return? To spend my time with you, to build this connection, to build this community, to feel like I'm genuinely having an impact in someone's life. You're watching, if you consume my content, you're experiencing this energetic law of giving and receiving in real time. Thank you guys. You're going to make me blush. All right, we're going to move on to law 3. But I want you to drop a 2 in the chat if this is making sense. Drop a 2 in the chat if this is making sense before I move on. No soldier left behind. And I need a 1.5 if it's not. But I think we're covering all the bases here, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, top 4. Of course. You're going to get some love too, don't worry. Levi says 2 2/3. All right. Yes, sir. We're on the way. All right, we're moving on to law 3, ladies and gentlemen. All right, law 3 is the law of karma, right? Beth says still waiting on the hair routine. Bro, this is fresh out the shower. You guys, I was supposed to get a haircut today at 10:30. I thought it was at 10:30, but it was at 10 and I missed it. Don't worry, I'm not getting rid of the flow, just cleaning it up. All right. The law of karma is how I'm going to make you become, or at least introduce you to the concepts about how the seeds you plant are going to have a certain type of outcome. You said, I have a question. Why do the bad people sometimes seem to have more than the good ones? Well, maybe what they have is not as good as what you think it is, right? You're the one identifying a weight of more. Money is abundant. Money is literally an energetic currency, so it's nothing to add weight and value to. It looks like they have more, but they're more empty. It looks like they have more, but they're more empty. He said, don't disturb the flow. I'm dead. All right. We need to understand that we are conscious architects and that the seeds we plant are going to sprout in a certain way, right? We need to become more deliberate. Creators. Andre says the United States prints, what is that? Oh my God, that's a lot of money. $500 million a day. Money is overly abundant. Yeah. All right. If you guys want to manifest wealth, right? If you want to manifest money, don't think about money because then you're on the wrong side. Money is a receiving concept, right? That's what you get in return for something. So technically you can't even control what you get in return. You have to control what you give, which is value. That's the secret. That's my 7-figure entrepreneurship masterclass right there. All right, remember, we have to become a deliberate creator because when we're a deliberate creator, we are aware of ripples. When you are more aware of the ripples that you're going to send throughout the quantum field, you're going to be more deliberate about the action you take. And when you're aware of how much weight there is in a decision, you're going to stop being reactive, right? This is why I said it's just an awareness problem. Because when we are reactive, we are in dire need for a solution, right? We are in dire need for a transformation. But if we understood, hey, this certain act is not going to create the transformation I'm looking for. So I can take a deep breath. I can create space in between an impulse and a reaction, and I can plant a seed because I'm a deliberate creator. I want to experience a certain type of awareness of ripples. Then this is how you can use the law of karma, right? Now, Deepak Chopra talks about cause and effect, but there's a higher level insight to this that I'm going to give you guys. Now, with 78 of you here right now, 79. If you guys want to come to a free 2-night reprogramming event, free tickets in the description. Simple, easy. Everyone's already signed up. We're going to have a vibe. It's just going to be this on steroids. If you thought the live streams were good, just wait until I put some structure. Just wait till I put some structure into it. All right. And if you're enjoying the live stream so far, we're 30 minutes in. I want you to drop a like on the stream. Drop a like on the stream. We're at 25 likes right now. All right. So now when we look at the law of karma, how does it impact the self-sabotage, right? Why is it that, hey, Grant, I'm aware of this information, but why does it feel like I'm not changing? Well, self-sabotage is often rooted in subconscious choices, okay? When individuals act out of unexamined habits, like repeated numbing behaviors, they create a cycle of unintended outcomes. By seeing these habits as karmic seeds, we recognize that every behavior, no matter how small, contributes to a future circumstance. This awareness can trigger a shift from automatic reflexive actions to conscious, life-affirming ones. This is why the secret is awareness. I'm dead. My roommate's in the chat right now. Old roommate. He's got new roommates now. But he's like, I just showed this stream to my parents. Unreal. What's up, Nightingales? Luis, sorry if it looks like I'm a boring guy. I just had a doubt, and I'd like the master answer that in case above. Dude, this is a safe space. You can ask any type of question you want. Right? There are no levels here. We're all on the same playing field. This is the mastermind we got going on. All right. Drop a 3 in the chat if this is making sense. I want a 2.5 if it's not. Drop a 3 in the chat if the law of karma makes sense, right? If what we reap is what we sow. Oh, yeah. Levi said 369. Oh, yeah. Chef Curry from Deep. Everyone's cooking right now. All right. Let's move on to number 4. Also, thank you guys for engaging with me. I actually have fun seeing you all respond in the chat, right? I don't feel like I'm up here staring at technology, talking to a little mini camera. So it's nice to have you guys engage. We'll see you in a few, Unbeatable. Enjoy your run. I ran 13.1 miles yesterday. Not because I was forced to. It was out of a choice. Don't worry. I'm a little crazy. All right. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be a really good one. 4 is the law of least effort. I want you to drop a 4 in the chat right now if you guys want to experience effortless action. I want you to drop a 4 in the chat if you want effortless action. Hey, Mario said that compound, that 2x2. Yes, sir. All right, I'm going to cook on this topic for you guys, but first we're going to talk about the information in the doc. And then I'm going to give you guys some real sauce. So Chopra emphasizes harmony with natural forces, right? Because just as water flows effortlessly downhill, so can human intentions unfold when aligned with acceptance and minimal resistance, right? So if you want to experience flow, we need to tune your frequency to acceptance, because acceptance is minimal resistance. Now, in the mountain is you, inner battles often stem from our refusal to let go of control. The one thing that prevents the flow is refusal to let go. What you resist persists. So actually, because we're all connected to pure consciousness, all right, ready? Chef's about to cook right now. You are pure consciousness. I am pure consciousness. Elle is pure consciousness. Kavi, pure consciousness. Everyone is pure consciousness. Now, because this pure consciousness was pure potential, it lowered its frequency into the material world, right? This is energy resonating at a denser frequency. I am matter, but I'm even pure consciousness lowered into a denser frequency, which means this pure consciousness embodies the traits of a natural, intelligent, organizing power of the universe. This is the natural state. This goes back full circle to law 1. You, when you get out of the way, embody the traits of pure intelligence, of the infinite source of it all. But it's your refusal to let go of control, right? To let go of the how. I hate to break it to you, but if you're in an egoic state, you are not as mighty as the divine mind. You are not as mighty as you think you are. As soon as you let go of control, you let go of holding on to that 0.0001% you hold on to. This is what the entire manifestation space misses. And I'm giving it to you out of just pure love, because this is the thing I wish I would have known. You can try and manifest all you want, but it is your act of trying to control the manifestation and control the divine intelligence that prevents it from coming through. I want you to drop a 4 if this is making sense right now. Drop a 4 if you understand the power of flow, if you understand the power of that natural organizing power. And you can drop a 3.5. Drop a 3.5 if you're like, Grant, I'm kind of picking up what you're putting down. Oh yeah, we got some 4s. Mario says 3.75. Alex says, Grant, what is the function of the ego? Can we approach the... All right, that is a great question. He says, can we approach the internal conversation with the ego gracefully? All right. Your ego is a survival mechanism, right? It is your mind trying to stay alive, which is why you make selfish and scarce choices. Because if we were out there living in an ice age with saber-toothed tigers, you would need that survival mechanism. So actually, the only reason that this divine mind can exist in a physical world is because we have the darkness. Oh yeah, we're about to cook right now. All right, we need to draw. It's coming through. Alex, thank you for opening this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Alex brought up a great point. How can we gracefully talk to the ego and get it to work in our favor, right? Think about it. In sacred numerology, it started with the 1. To speak of the 1 means that we do not understand the concept. Because to speak of it inherently creates separation, but for the sake of this explanation, right, this is why they say being precedes knowing. Because the one was being before we knew about it. But think about it. The only way that we could actually grasp the concept of the source was for there to be two. This is why contrast is so important, because contrast is the thing that introduces us to the absolute truth. Because if we're saying this is not what it is, this is not what it is, right? Manifestation is actually a game of letting go of what we don't want. That's a secret. Manifestation is actually a game of letting go of what we don't want, right? Which is a graceful act of communicating with the ego, saying, hey, I understand that this was something you're worried about. This was a version of life that you do not want me to engage in. But because I understand I'm connected to the source, because I understand I'm connected to the power and I come from the one, I am pure consciousness, I embody these traits, I'm in charge now. Because to align is being. But to be in a state of duality is knowing. Just because you know these concepts doesn't mean you're being it. And to get to a place of being, we need to let go of the illusions that allow us to know it. Drop a 2 if this is making sense. Or drop a 1.5 if you want me to explain it a little more. Yes, JC, discernment kicks in. Yup, we got some 2s coming through. Great. I want to make sure I'm not too crazy. Exactly, Levi, I love that. Connected to everything, attached to nothing. We got a 1, a 1.5, a 1.5. All right. Let me put this in another way. The only way you're going to know what you actually want from life is to experience what you don't want. Right? When I was 22, I was smoking weed all the time. I was drinking. I was going out to the bars with my friends in college. I was $80,000 in debt. I thought I wanted to look cool with a clothing brand, right? I thought I wanted to look cool with my merchandise, 70,000 followers. I thought I wanted that. But it led me down a dark road. But because it led me down the dark road, it introduced me to the things that I don't want. My ego was telling me, hey, Grant, you want the clout. You want the money. You want the party. And then I got there and I was like, no, I don't want that. That is how I understood this concept. But the things I used to understand this wisdom were not the things that led me to a place of transformation. So you have to take the darkness, right? You have to take the things that you get introduced to that you do not want. I used to judge the version of myself that smoked all the time because I would smoke and I would eat like shit and I'd wake up the next day and just have pure self-loathing. That was darkness. But as soon as I accepted that, as soon as I accepted that there was a purpose in that suffering, there was a purpose in that, I integrated the shadow I cast. You cannot manifest because your energy is stuck in a past version of you that no longer serves you. And the only way to take your power back is to forgive that version of yourself that did the things. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. And I integrated my power. I took what I needed to know from that experience and I changed my being through integrating that power. Exactly. You can't appreciate the light without the darkness. Hey, Bess, I'm always going to be honest. I'm always going to be honest. Because if I'm not honest, then you guys won't get the information you need from me. If I was cast in a shadow then I wouldn't be able to truly shine light for you. All right. I want you to drop a 5 if you're ready for the 5th law of spiritual success. Yes, the only way to stop self-destructing. What's up, Cass? I'm dead. The only way to stop self-destruction is to integrate the version of ourself that we cast as a shadow. Why did God? All right, ready? We're losing the marker, ladies and gentlemen. The one, right? What did God do? Cast Lucifer from heaven. God cast Lucifer from heaven, and what did that do? It created darkness. It created separation. It created the shadow. You're getting the message. And this created a shadow. Darkness. But you guys ever seen that image of Lucifer hiding behind the mirror? Why do you think, like, Lucifer literally translates to the morning star? After the dark night of the soul comes the morning star. Or the light shines again on a new day. Most of us just get stuck focused on the darkness to realize that, oh my God, there is light. There is a purpose from this. Exactly. He is the light bearer. All the answers you're looking for in your darkness, all the versions of yourself that you cast shame upon and that you judge and that you hide from the world, all your power lies in that acceptance. The reason I am the man before you today, the reason I just radiate this wisdom is because I faced the light bearer. I faced the version of myself I cast from heaven. Don't be afraid to face the darkness, because that's where all the strength comes from. Exactly. I dropped the mic on myself. I haven't really done that before. Left myself speechless right there. Chris says, what do you mean by face? Look the version of yourself in the eye that you're afraid to face mano a mano, one-on-one. Think about it. Everything relies on you. And if you don't have 100% of your energy because you're hiding from yourself, then you haven't faced your darkness. All right. Mario, elaborate your question. Steps to peeling back those layers. All right, 99 of you in the chat right now. I have a free 2-night subconscious reprogramming event that I'm doing Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. PST and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. PST. There will be no stream on Friday. You can get your ticket with the link that's pinned in the chat, or it will be in the description for the people watching the replay. A Wednesday and Thursday 2-night event. That's my spiel on that. It's free, by the way. All right. Clouds, yes, humans are like onions. That's what my aunt always says, ironically. She's like, we have to peel back the layers of the onions. All right, Mario said, what did you do to confront that version of yourself? I loved him instead of judged him. I loved and accepted the version of myself that I used to hate and cast shame and judgment on. It was an act of forgiveness. I forgave myself. And because I finally forgave myself, I was able to build my self-respect back. The answer is always love. You know those signs, those live, laugh, love signs? They were on to something, ladies and gentlemen. They were on to something. All right, law 5. Intention and desire. So purposeful intention directs conscious energy, right? So we got intention directs energy. Now, when our desires stem from a place of trust and abundance and genuine aspiration, we activate powerful creative forces. I'm going to give you guys a little story time. All right. So in late January, early February, I sold my biggest company that I started with a creator. It was an education company. It was a software. We had thousands of customers, did over 7 figures. I sold my ownership. And I was like, God, I'm leaving it up to you now. I do not know what's next for me. I did not have a YouTube channel. I posted a few videos in September, August. Some of you guys might have started following me then. But I only had like 1,000 subscribers, 1,500 subscribers. By no means was it the thing that I saw myself getting into. I had hopes and I had aspirations for it. But the thing that was keeping me from doing it was fear. I didn't mean for it, but I was aligning with the frequency of fear because I wasn't sure if I could do it. I wasn't sure if I could do it. But then I realized I was just asking this wrong question. Instead of asking, what can it do for me? I started to ask the question, what can I do for others? And once I started to ask the question, what can I do for others? I had faith that I would no longer self-sabotage because it wasn't about me anymore. Because I chose faith and it was my intention, I directed my energy towards you guys. I gave up 111% of myself to you all. Everything I am. No stone unturned. I have not told you one lie this entire time. Every headline, every word out of my mouth has been purely authentic and of service. My intention changed. And that directed my energy in a way where I could actually connect with you guys, where you didn't feel like I had anything to gain or take from you. Yeah, we are so blessed. We are so blessed. Now, I want to talk about the self-sabotage that can come from the wrong intentions. All right. Many forms of self-sabotage arise from unclear or fear-driven goals. If you have an unclear vision and you are resonating in a state of fear, you are never going to get to your desire because your intentions are misaligned. Now, if our desires are vague or if we harbor deep-seated doubts about our worthiness, we scatter our energy. I was scattering my energy when I was afraid Grant wasn't worthy. But then I just remembered, oh my God, kid, you were born of pure potential and stardust. I changed my concept of self. This is why I always say, let go of the version of you that doesn't serve you. You got to let go of this is what they say, you got to lose yourself to find yourself. You got to lose yourself to find yourself. If you realize what you are, like we've been talking about this entire time, and have an awareness, you're going to be resonating at the proper frequency. All you have to do is surrender the illusions of fear and doubt, saying that does not serve me. I do not align with that. I do not give my time, energy, and attention to that. If I had 7 people in this chat right now, or I had 94, I would show up the same exact way because I have faith that I'm talking about the right things and connecting with the right people. And you got to do it from a state of purely giving because that's what pure consciousness is. Pure consciousness literally gave its energy entirely for us to have the physical experience. That's why it's so powerful. Now, conversely, when we articulate a clear vision of what we want and believe it is attainable, our actions naturally align with that vision. Because we have tapped into this higher frequency, everything starts to embody the traits of that natural organizing power. The inner certainty, because we're aligning with the higher frequency, diminishes the temptation to revert to old coping mechanisms because we see a more compelling path forward. Fear can be a motivator too, though. Well, if you're in a state of fear, then you're not creating. You're operating in a lower state of consciousness. It can be a motivator, but it's not going to make you do the things you need to do. Fear can be the thing that you turn on a dime. You get down there and you're like, oh, I do not want to go that way. Oh, I do not want to go that way. But it is courage. Remember, we talked about this stream on Friday. Once you are not afraid of all that could go wrong, you could embrace courage. Alexander says, yes, that is why it was so easy for him to give up vices that do not serve him. Where your fear lies, you need to go. That's what I mean by face your darkness, but you can only do it with courage. You can't do it if you're afraid of it. That's the secret. All right. I want you to drop a 1 in the chat if this is making sense. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're enjoying the stream. And just drop a 1 in the chat if you're happy to be part of the community, ladies and gentlemen. If you're happy to be here with 95 other people embarking on a journey of faith, not fear. Oh, yeah. I like when those runs roll in. Oh, my God. I be lisping. I like when those ones roll in, ladies and gentlemen. And I want you all to say what's up to my youngest brother. My youngest brother's in the chat. Just say, what's up, P? I need some what's up, P. That's my younger brother. Show him some love for me. But there's a lot of ones still coming in. I need some what's up, P. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What's up, little bro? Thank you guys for giving that love. Let's go. If he left before I did that, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to FaceTime him after this and be like, did you see everyone? Did you see everyone? All right. Thank you guys for doing that. His name's Preston. He's the one that's like Preston Tarsa with T space A space R space S space A. Yes, Chris, I love that. Being brave means you feel fear and do it anyways. Oh. He's saying what's up to himself. Got me dead, bro. Of course, Cami. Of course. Cami Capital, I'm glad you're enjoying the content. All right. Now, I want you to drop a 6 in the chat. If you just want to feel like things come to you effortlessly, if you can just maintain this internal state of awareness and peace of mind, life feels like this breath of fresh air, this breath of inspiration, and you still manifest everything you want. I want you to drop a 6 if you want that from life. I want it. Someone drop a 6 in the chat for me. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So in Deepak Chopra's book, The sixth law is the law of detachment. Now, this does not imply a lack of passion. Rather, it involves relinquishing the need to control the outcome, right? So the first step of detachment is let go of outcome. How many of you just want the thing? Like, you just want the outcome, you don't care how you get there. Right? You just want the certain experience. It could happen in 101 different ways. Think about it. As soon as you let go of the outcome, you open up the door for the infinite realities to step in. As soon as you let go of the outcome, you open up the door for the potential. Listen, I did not think I would be a live streamer. I did not think I would stream. But if you guys like the streams, I want you to drop a like on this stream right now. Drop a like on this stream right now if you want to have me continue streaming on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But this week it's only Wednesday and Thursday. And if you haven't gotten your ticket, it's either in the description or pinned at the top of the chat. I want you to drop a like on the stream if you want to see me continue streaming. Oh, yeah. That's what people don't understand. It's not a social media stream. It's just a stream of consciousness. I literally just get on here and let the flow state kick in. That's what Alex is saying about streaming the eternal Tao. I just get up here and let it flow. 3 nights a week, I just get on here and yap. But it's not me. Don't worry. It's just coming through how it needs to come through. Oh, yeah, we're cooking. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So as soon as you start to let go of the potential outcomes, you will tune into the multitude of possibilities. So I need you to remain flexible and creative, right? I need you to understand that there's an infinite amount of ways it can go down. And because there's an infinite amount of ways that it can go down, you don't need to worry about it. Think about it. You just need to embody the frequency. Instead of worrying about the how, you can just focus on maintaining the internal state, right? Given the love, given the abundance. You don't need to worry about the receiving, right? On the loop. You don't need to worry about the receiving. That's the universe's problem. I'm like, God, do your thing, big dog. I trust you more than I trust myself. I'm just going to give. I'm focused on the giving. I'm giving you guys the utmost service. I'm walking in the calling. Yes, you got to follow the divine guidance. And we're just out here riding the waves, ladies and gentlemen. You guys, my most viral video happened the night before I said, you know what? I'm just not going to, I don't need to worry about content right now. I'm just going to go back to the creator business. I'm like, I'm willing to do work on the side until this comes to fruition. As soon as I made that energetic shift and actually did it, like actually believed it to the core, 150,000 views. Boom. I was like, what the? It did not, it was like when Joe Dispenza talks about like a magical outcome, like you just do not expect it to go like that. That's what happened. That's literally what happened with my channel. And it's something I continue to do. I just let go and let God, right? I saw that in the chat earlier. So make sure to hold on to that one. Let go and let God. Now, you need to understand that the thing that's keeping you attached is more self-sabotage. Because we are looking to cling to a familiar outcome, even negative ones, because that's familiar. It feels safer than risking the unknown. It feels safer than risking the unknown. But guess what? If you want a new experience, it's going to have to come through in an unknown manner because it's completely new. It's going to have to come through in a manner that's completely new. Your over attachment to precise timelines or specific results can breed frustration or lead to quitting prematurely if these events don't unfold correctly. You guys, I wanted this to be my job. I just quit trying to control the timeline. As soon as I tried to quit controlling the timeline, that next day God gave it to me. That next day. I'm practicing what I'm preaching, ladies and gentlemen. Like, you cannot make this shit up. That is exactly what happened. So you have to let go of just that. Think about it. You're this human trying to fit everything into this 80-year experience. But God, that's an eternal mind. He's like, don't worry, Grant. Like, you're tripping, son. Let me show you how it's done. And I'm like, all right. Like, clearly this dude knows what he's talking about. I'm just going to let him do his thing. And that's why I'm here. I'm live streaming. Like, live streaming, I was literally going to sit on the couch 2 weeks ago on a Thursday night. I was literally going to sit on a couch and watch TV and have a familiar experience. And I said, why don't I just be the one that live stream? I just had courage to embark on a new journey. Renaud says, I've just made an internet business. How do I let go of the outcome? By focusing on the process. Inputs equal outputs. The outcome is a product of what you give, right? This is what I'm talking about, giving and receiving. Now, you need to embrace uncertainty as an inherent part of the growth because it frees us to pivot. It frees us to adapt, and it frees us to discover unanticipated opportunities. Live streaming was an unanticipated opportunity for me, but I jumped on it. I capitalized on it. All right, we're moving on to law 7. I want you to drop a 7 in the chat if you're ready. Drop a 7 in the chat if you're ready for the final law of spiritual success. This is a perfect one to sail off into the sunset with. The law of dharma. How many of you know what dharma means? D-H-A-R-M-A. Tell me in the chat, what does dharma mean? Thank you. Exactly, Chris. It's the purpose. It's our life's purpose. I'm going to simplify this for you guys. Chopra teaches that each of us has a unique essence, a blend of talents, passions, and ways of beings that can serve humanity. Now, you're the only one that knows how your talents and passions can come together in fruition, right? However that blend's coming through, you know, because it's you. You do not need to force it. You guys, I am not forcing this. I'm not getting up here and forcing this information down your throat. I'm genuinely passionate about it, and I've got a mouthpiece on me. I'm a 3 life path. I got a mouthpiece on me. This is natural. This is effortless. But whatever that blend is, the purpose is to serve humanity. I want you to drop a 1 in the chat if what I talk about serves humanity in any way. It's not even me. It's just the information. I'm merely just a medium for it. Drop a 1 in this chat if this information serves humanity for the better. This is what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. I've been down every lonely road for this answer. This is the only thing that matters. This is the only thing that will serve every area of your life. The YouTube videos that I talk about, the books I read, the stuff I talk about on live stream. It is the only thing that will serve all aspects of your life, which is why I'm asking you to have faith and devote yourself to this wisdom, because this is the universal key that they talk about. This is the one thing, this is the key that unlocks all locks. This is the key that unlocks all locks. So trust me, have faith that we're on to the right path here. Now, West describes that self-sabotage is a common response when individuals feel disconnected from their deeper purpose. Sabotage is what happens when you feel disconnected from your deeper purpose. You guys, I got a busy life now that I'm doing this full time. I have to show up for you guys. I need to make sure I have the workbooks done. I have the funnels built. I'm prepared for the 2-night live event. I'm prepared for the live streams. I'm prepared for the content. It's the thing that allows me to have discernment. I do not choose the simple pleasures. It is an honor to be up here with you. It is an honor to be speaking to you. That is the gift. That is the pleasure I get. I do not need to chase simple short-term dopamine because this is what I'm tapped into. This is what I want. The purpose is what guides me. It's a North Star. Now, the inner narrative might be, I'm not special, or I'll fail anyway, which is creating an excuse to avoid the vulnerability of truly trying. You guys, I deal with those thoughts every day. That I'm not special, like I could fail, but I'm going to face that fear head on. I'm going to face that head on. Because so what? If it all goes south and it doesn't work out for me, at least I'll be able to say I tried, which is what a lot of people won't be able to say they didn't do. Right? It's lonely in the arena, but it's loud in the stands. So just know if you embark on a journey of ambition, it's going to be lonely at times. And you're going to have to find courage in yourself. But this is why the entire business I'm building is called Inscension, because within all the answers lie. Exactly. Matt says you can't fail if you don't give up. Exactly. That's what my dad always says. If there's one saying my dad gave me, it was do not give up. The only way you fail is if you give up. Now, the pursuit of purpose becomes an antidote to apathy, chronic indecision, or envy. This is why you guys can't have one foot in the door and one foot out. But it's as deep as the why, the intention and the desire, right? If you are aligned with the wrong intention, if you are aligned with the wrong desire, then you're not truly walking your purpose. Your purpose is going to feel effortless. That's the biggest piece of information I want to give you guys. Everything you're meant to do should feel effortless. So the things that excite you, you need to tap into because it's not logical. Logic can barely comprehend what it takes to see this manifestation through. So all you got to do is just calm the logical mind and embark on a path of purpose and trust and faith. Thanks for the love, BW. What does Yoda say? No try, only do. I want you to drop a 7 if you are a fan of the 7 spiritual laws of success. Drop a 7. This is the final law. And this is the deeper why. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Dun, da, da, da. All right. You guys want to do a little Q&A sesh? Like 10, 15 minutes? BW says, can you explain to me how reality lags when you are manifesting? All right. When we want to manifest something and we set an intention, we're planting a seed in the field, the quantum field, right? The infinite potential. It's an ethereal place. It's not a physical place. Now, the way you communicate with that field is through an energetic charge, through your thoughts and your emotions. The more consistently you send that signal of thought and emotion to the infinite potential in the field of pure consciousness, it takes time for that natural organizing power to reflect that, which is why reality lags, because you made the change in the 4D, but it's got to lower that frequency in a higher place into this realm, which it takes time for it to organize. Miranda, if you want like a workbook or a bunch of all the free stuff I have, go check the descriptions of the YouTube videos where it says like, oh, free assets and workbooks. Like I got a bunch of stuff there. All right, I want to sit down. My back's low-key hurting from running all that yesterday. Dude, something must have happened to my camera. One sec. Oh, running 13 miles takes a toll on the body, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Mike says, is the conscious mind and the ego the same thing? It's like same thing, different font type stuff, right? The conscious is the logical mind, the rational decision making. The ego or the super id, whatever those psychologists talk about, is like the deep spiritual rooted version of that, right? Like the collective unconscious is just the collective ego of humanity. Miranda says, how old are you and when did your spiritual journey kick off? I'm 25 and my spiritual journey kicked off when I was like 21, turning 22. I would say like it got real, like real, like, oh shit. Like there were other realms of this place. Ronald says, do you just run or do you have an exercise routine as well? I work out too. So I lift in the gym. I got a push-up routine that I do at home. Push-ups are great, ladies and gentlemen. Preston, more about shiny object syndrome. All right, shiny object syndrome is a thing because people derive value from an external source of validation. They think that they're going to get love from people because they drive a fast car, they wear nice watches, they have a big house. And that's an egoic rooted concept. So that shiny object is actually just trying to fill an internal void. But that internal void is actually something you need to give yourself. Of course, Rob, I'm glad you get so much value from this. Chan says, what sparked your awakening? Pure suffering. I woke up in a living state of hell. I was like, life should not be like this. Something needs to change. I'm from California. All right, I want you to drop a 1 in the chat. Actually, no. I want you to drop a 2 in the chat if you signed up for the 2-night event. Drop a 2 in the chat if I'm going to see you on Wednesday and Thursday night at 6:30 p.m. PST. Normal live stream routine, we're just going to have a full-on transformational experience. I can check right now. I can see how many people signed up. I need to make sure that I put the link to this in the description for the replays. Because the people that watch the replays is like the international audience. I want to make sure they have everything they need. All right. Let's check it out. We want to go. Okay. Someone said, at what point did you find it natural to go towards the light rather than escape from the spiritual pain? I feel both ways are powerful for change. Well, I think the reason you have spiritual pain is because you're not doing anything about it. Your soul is asking you to change and you're resisting it. So that pain is going to fester more. Kavi says, how do you stay consistent with all of this? Just something I struggle with. I've just been on that karmic cycle so many times. I've had so many times where I've just had revelations like this is the path, and I've fallen off the path and I've had to get back on. And it's been painful every time. How long will those streams be? I get off work at 8 p.m. Probably like 90 minutes each stream. 90 minutes each stream. I love you too, Preston. Yes, it is 7:55 California right now. Cloud says, I love you more. Alex Thomas, what music do you listen to? Well, I've got a few favorite artists. One, Justin Bieber. JB. I got this guy named Mike, Mike, period. That's one of my favorite artists. I listen to a bunch of stuff. I just try and listen to stuff that makes me feel good, to be honest. I don't like rap or anything like that. Just anything with that low vibrational state, but I was like, why the Texas Caps? Because they're cool. Because it's upside down and everyone asks about it. No, this girl might be too personal to share. I like Texas. I like Texas, though. I've got some people I'm fond of that live in Texas. I have not been to Arkansas, but I'm impressed by Arkansas's run in March Madness. Some of my oldest friends went to college in Arkansas. They live in San Diego, but who knows? Maybe when I'm in Austin, Texas, we'll do a little in-person meet and greet if so many people are there. You're right. It's Arkansas. It's Arkansas. Ooh, Stephen Curry says go-to Mike song. I like He Said, She Said off his most recent album. I like Blue Water from The Highs. Dude, Mike is just so good. He's like the most slept on artist of all time. Cloud says, I'll be there if it's in Austin. Monet says, you sound like Matthew McConaughey from Cali. Beautifully put, brother. In the process of trying to really nail down my powerful why and not getting wrapped in the web of comfort. Who wants to be comfortable anyways? Like, surprisingly, there's a lot of discomfort in what we think is comfortable. And there's a lot of discomfort in change and challenge and growth. There's only one grant. Thanks, Shelly. Miranda, any tips for creating content? I'm a new YouTuber. This is just a philosophy for life. Why reinvent the wheel? Right? Literally just do what works. People don't understand that social media content is a vessel. It's a container for wisdom. Like Shelly says, there's only one grant. Regardless of how many people create the same types of YouTube videos, it's the person in the video that's different, right? Texas is in the house because I was wearing a Texas hat. But I'm glad I'm making so many friends in Texas. I could totally see myself living in Austin for a period of time. Renaud's like, he did say, all right, all right, all right. I got my own brother clowning me in the chat. Chans, my mom is from Illinois. She grew up in Liberty View, right outside of Chirac. Yeah, you know me. I'm just a copycat, ladies and gentlemen. You know me. I'm just a copycat. Yeah, Imogen, like, all right. Every school has a whiteboard. No, but all love to Nero, like for real though. Like he is such a wise man. He is such a great teacher. But I just think like if I've learned anything, it's like scarce resources are not a thing. Like why would I get all choked up about a few, oh, you copied this guy. Oh. No, like how I view spirituality and how I view wisdom and how I view my life's experiences all led me here. Yeah, Imogen, thank you. There's enough, you know what they say, there's enough room for everyone that, like, everyone's a teacher for the same wisdom, you know? Clouds. Clouds, are you trying to me too? You're riding my younger brother's wave. Miranda says, what's your take on harnessing sexual energy? I think it's important. It's the life force, right? I know that I'm like, when I, let's just say I harness that energy, I'm like turned up. I'm turned up off the life force. In the clouds, Grant, you are a living, breathing meme. I am. I am. I want to be a meme. I just want to have fun. I just want to be dialed in my childish energy. Preston, all right. If you guys see Preston in the chat, that's my younger brother. The best way I could describe him is he's like Loki. Like Loki has got some skills. Like if you've seen the Avengers and if you've seen Marvel movies, like Loki's got that mischief, but it's like a good type of skill. It's like mess with the Matrix type of mischief. Why are we talking about these things in the chat, ladies and gentlemen? I'm gonna have to turn the chat off for this. Lucas, I'm screenshotting that and framing it. I'm screenshotting that and framing it. Listen, you guys are going to have to compete. There's a lot of girls in my DMs after my YouTube videos. I'm sorry. It's just part of the game. But I love you all the same. I'm dead. Pineapple actually followed me on Instagram, ladies and gentlemen. I was like, I recognize that name. Hey, Alex, take care. I appreciate you showing up. Miranda, I'm not too young. I'm an old soul. I don't know what you're talking about right now. Jason, I'm dead. Jason, you know I thrive in 3v1 scenarios. Pesto, look who's in the chat. Pesto, look who's in the chat. All right, Mario, enjoy dinner. Yeah, you guys aging yourselves. I don't know what you're talking about. My friend from Texas was 28. Press is like football in, coach. I don't know what's up with girls and reading into the details too much. Lucas, I appreciate it, my bro. I appreciate it. I got nothing to prove. That's the thing. Like, all respect to the other creators, but I've already had that head high. I've already had that spiritual high. Like, I've already had that spiritual ego thinking I was the shit for knowing this. Like, I had to kill off that version of me. That was an old identity I had to let go of. Hey, Ronald, take care, my friend. Kara says, what is one manifestation that you attracted that will forever stick out to you on your journey? Honestly, you guys. Like, this is a manifestation in a community, and being able to hang out with you guys on Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday nights is like a blessing. Like, it really is a blessing. I'm dead. No, I'm serious. Like, Clouds is just a chill guy, ladies and gentlemen. Just a chill guy. Jaya says BW had a question a minute ago. All right, let me go look. BW, were you saying the things about, did Jesus apply metaphysical principles such as, oh yeah, for sure. Like, I think Jesus was like the first individual to achieve pure consciousness. And that pure consciousness was pure embodiment of the metaphysical traits. We have to think about it. The metaphysical principles is a human's take on this concept. Me personally, I'm tired of the human concepts. Like, I'm tired of trying to put it all on a pedestal and intellectualize it and give it all this complex meaning. Like, I just look to nature. What can I say? I attract a more mature crowd. Miranda, have you had any spiritual experiences? I've had it sober and on psychedelics. I've had both. And I realized that we were the ones creating the experience. Like, that was the thing I realized. I'm like, wait, why am I kind of tripping sack and I didn't take anything? Press says R.I.P. the fire pit. Shelly, the saying is this: the teacher appears when the student is ready. The teacher appears when the student is ready. Nod chance. You're the wisest. Actually, I lied. L is the wisest. Okay. Well, on the bright side, we're eternal. On the bright side, we're eternal. Clouds, I do not like it either. That's why I'm completely sober. Oh, dude, Lucas, the Bible for sure was given all these teachings off the bat. This was like for sure. That was for sure where some of the first recorded texts were. But you have to understand, like, everything's like an interpretation of like a human mind. So it's like, even though we connect into these sources, like, we're still internalizing it and interpreting it through a physical experience. Hey, regardless of how you ended up here, I'm glad you're here, ladies and gentlemen. Shelly is the GOAT. Shelly is the GOAT. Shelly, remember when you DM me, like, I'm in Ireland, like, how do I tune into your streams? Yes, Levi. Shelly was committed to being here, ladies and gentlemen. You guys, I'm fasting, so I got to chat because then I'm going to just drink some water and go to bed. Elle says, what's the GOAT? GOAT stands for the greatest of all time. GOAT, greatest of all time. Take care, Miranda. Thanks for chilling. Thanks for hanging out. Alfred's like, bro, I'm fasting too. I started yesterday too. I don't know how long I'm going to fast because I ran 13 miles. Later, Chans. Kara says, do you have any hobbies and passions outside of YouTube? I love sports. I love to play basketball, any type of sport, pickleball, basketball, tennis, soccer. I really love sports. I like to run. That's been a hobby I had. I have a half marathon coming up here in a few weeks. I love hanging out with my family and my friends. Ashley, where are you from? I'm from Southern California. Southern California. Clouds basketball is the best. It is one of the most fun sports. All right, 57 of you here still. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're going to tune into the live streams on Wednesday and Thursday. All right, Care, I'm going to answer your question right now. I want a 1 in the chat if you guys are coming, but I have to answer this question for Care. This is your answer. This is your answer. An entire poster dedicated to the GOAT. I want you guys there at the live stream. Come on. No, but I'm going to make sure there's replays. But we probably won't do a Q&A on those days. It's just going to be structured because I want to make sure we get through everything we need. Cloud says, I'll come if Preston's there. Listen, Preston will be held at gunpoint. Levi, I like that. I need a 1 session in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. I need a 1 session in the chat like Levi did. Messi is the go. He is the go. Oh yeah, 1 session. Lucas, you up in Philly? Yes, sir. I would, you guys, since getting some traction on YouTube, I've got some pretty interesting DMs from people. Lucas, do you DM me on IG? Lucas, do you DM me on IG? I feel like we'd be chatting, but under a different IG name. Is breadsticks in your IG name? Nah, Clouds, I don't even think yours was some of the weird ones. Preston, you need to go to bed, bro. Felix, I think the best thing you can do is like do what feels right? Do what feels expansive. Like expansive is what's going to get you to where you need to go. Like it's hard to describe. Like I've been called in this direction this entire time. Like you have to follow that calling and you just have to have faith, you know? Like, and when you burn the boats, like the universe aids you. Yes, Lucas, let's go. Yeah, that's my guy. Lucas, you my guy, for real. Me and Lucas just be chatting a bunch. Hell, you want feet pics? I got the dogs out right now. Don't worry. Nah, but me and Lucas, we be vibing. That's my guy. We literally just be chatting for real. I'm dead. Yeah, we get Grant feet pics before we get GTA 6. Wait, Levi, is someone DMing you on WhatsApp under my alias? What the hell? Cloud's just like, I don't need GTA 6 if we get Grant's feet pics. Oh, God. All right, this is becoming a real stream now. People are going to be like, they're experiencing the balance of duality now. I'll just give like a deep, intense lecture for 90 minutes, and then we'll just be doing feet pics. My own brother's trying to be my OnlyFans manager, so that's an issue. We're going to need to talk over that at family counseling. Bro, my neck is bleeding or something. YouTube subscribers get access. All right, guys, we lost 30 people being just degens, but I enjoy hanging out, and I'm fasting, so I'm not going to swap you guys out for grub. Unfortunately, that's what I normally do. Normally, yeah, Lucas, you're my guy. I'm so glad the info is hitting properly. You guys, nothing like a giggle sesh with your friends, I swear. Nothing like a giggle sesh. Oh, God. Imogen, are you speaking from experience? Yeah, this is a great stream. This is a great stream, ladies and gentlemen. I had a good time. All right, Care. Get some sleep, dude. Get some sleep. 3 a.m. Yeah, guys, it was fun. I better see y'all Wednesday. I better see y'all Thursday. Burnt toast, what's up? The recording is about to be in the chat right now. Don't worry. There is something special coming Wednesday and Thursday. And some of you that have tuned in the entire time, just know there's something coming special those days. But that secret stay with me for now. So you guys will want to be there. But, this is like a Marvel movie right now where I drop that single clip at the end of the tape. Since the end of the tape, I'm dropping that little Easter egg for you guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. It's love as always. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you guys riding with me. I'm going to go get some electrolytes because I'm fasting. I'm down bad. And keep an eye out for me. Captain America Thor, I'm rocking with Peter Parker and Tony Stark. Mic drop. Love you guys. Bye.